everyone. Hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome to the Football Mania, the one stop platform where you can get all the latest updates and news about the world of football. So, in today's show, I will be discussing with all of you about a new statement which FIFA has released. That is about the potential five new rules which could change the face of football forever. This has been discussed for a very long time, and finally, we might see these rules being implemented on the world stage. Uh, so, I just got a statement saying that it will be first tried out at the youth level, and there will be four teams which will be participating in this competition called the Future of Football Cup. That is AZ Alkmaar, PSV Eindhoven, then we have Club Brugge and RB Leipzig. So these are the four teams which will be participating in this competition, and it will be interesting to see what these new rules bring out. So to know more about what I think about these new rules, let's get straight into them. Rule number one: two halves of 30 minutes each. Well, this is a rule which we used to have maybe at the local level, at the school level or the college level, where we used to play inter-house competitions. I have been a very big participant and an admirer of this format of the game for a long time at the youth level. But if we talk about the professional level, they are players who have a very high amount of endurance. They have high amount of stamina, the strength, and the ability to recover and last for 90 minutes. So why change it? How does it make football more attractive all across the globe? If you consider the different stakeholders in the ecosystem, we have broadcasters, we have media people, we have people who cover it in the other parts of the world, we have the state associations, and we also have football companies who are relying on data which they capture from 90 minutes of live action. If we completely reduce 30 minutes out of those 90 minutes, it means that the TV revenue will become less, and the data which these companies collect on the analytical part of the game will also reduce. So, considering the effect that it can have on these stakeholders in this ecosystem, I would say that it is a negative rule which will not actually create a better atmosphere. You can say that yes, in a sport like cricket, just to have that glamour and entertainment and the big hitting, they have brought in the likes of T20 and the T10 format. But in football, there is always an element of surprise which you can expect from any team when they are given a luxury of playing 90 minutes. Even if a team is 2-0 down at halftime, they still have 45 minutes to make a comeback or at least draw the match. Whereas I feel that in a 60-minute match, it would be very difficult. The coaches would have to change their tactics a lot, and uh, even considering that they are playing with 11v11, it becomes difficult to actually make too many tweaks in the formation. So I feel that sticking to 90 minutes, the original game that we all watch, is something which we all look forward to as football fans, and completely removing 30 minutes will not make much of sense, just to make it more attractive from a holistic perspective. I can say that. And definitely, I'm not sure how many of you would agree with me on that, but let's see how things progress now that these four teams, as I had mentioned, are playing in this competition. Let's see how impactful it is, and let's wait and watch. Rule number two: unlimited substitutions. Well, this was something which was always pondering me over. I was always having this thought that what will happen if a coach had the luxury of changing the entire team at halftime. That usually happens in preseason friendlies where we see these big clubs giving game time to younger players. And I think FIFA has proposed this new rule with an objective of giving more game time to young players. I can't see any other possible objective of having this rule. And to be honest, I have seen a lot of coaches sticking to a traditional three substitutions because they feel that uh, changing too many players inside the pitch might actually hamper the playing style and the entire setup of the team. So, from a coach's perspective, I would say that like it might be something which he may or may not use, but from a neutral fan's perspective, I'll be delighted by this rule because I would like to see new players coming in and getting the opportunity, and I would love to see any player whom I find or have heard about as a very talented prospect to get some game time. So, on the whole, as a fan, I'll be really happy to see this rule being implemented. But obviously, we know that all the coaches won't be making a lot of substitutions, so it might hamper the shape of the team. And definitely, I look forward to how the coaches think about this rule. And let's hope that we can see much more younger players through this proposed new rule. Rule number three, yellow card sin bins. Well, we all know that in the modern game, there is a red card which is shown to a player, and the player is suspended for the entire duration of the remaining match, right? And to consider a tweak in that rule, saying that even if you receive a yellow card and you will be temporarily down to 10 men, wherein the player who has received that card will walk off the pitch and temporarily they'll be playing with a minority. It's a bit baffling to be honest because I feel that a player who is given a warning, uh, it should not hamper the shape of the team in any which way, shape or form. So let's see how it goes, man. Because I personally am not a big fan of teams getting a disadvantage just because of a tackle or having a contact with the other player, because it's a contact sport after all. And even if a person receives a yellow card, he is not it's not justified that he goes off the pitch temporarily. This is just to have the entertainment element of the game, to see how teams can take advantage of that situation. uh, I feel the free flowing football which we see in a match where people are throwing in, diving in, putting those good tackles on the pitch, all those elements will get lost because of this rule, because they're always having that yellow card in the back of their head. And I think it will change the entire playing style of some teams. Some teams who like to play more physical might try to keep possession of the ball, and whenever they lose the ball, they may not be in a position to press too much, with the fear that they might cause those fouls. And imagine if a team gets two yellow cards in 2 minutes. What will happen? They'll have to play with nine players. So that just makes the game much more interesting for a neutral. But for a coach, it's a big headache to have. And even for the players who are playing, they will be really really careful, and that element of playing freely or expressing yourself on the pitch freely gets lost. So I feel somewhere down the line it will be a very harsh decision, harsh rule to have. And uh, let's see, it's just a matter of time before which we come to know whether these rules will really be implemented. It's just a proposed new rule, so let's wait and watch how finally these new rules come into action. Rule number four, kick ins instead of throw ins. Well, this is something which we have very often seen in gully football, where players just like to play with less wastage of time and really increase the tempo of the game. And if we were to implement this at the professional level, we will see a really complete change in the playing style of teams, where there is not much time for the opposition to even hold their breath, and defenders might always be at the back foot, because even if my team has a free kick specialist, who knows, he might just kick in towards goal, and I have my striker who is, at the back post, glancing a header towards goal. So it's a really dangerous rule to have, because there are lots of repercussions that it can have. Especially, we are also hearing that once the ball goes out of play, the game will be stopped, and as soon as the kick in is taken, the game will be resumed. So each and every second will matter, and the team which is really aware of the things going on the pitch and is able to, understand the situations better of even these small things like a kick in, will be able to win the matches. So, like, as a neutral, I will be really happy to see what type of tactics which the coaches adopt at the elite level. At the same time, I'll not be, very happy with the way goals will go in from open play, because even outside becomes like a set piece in that situation. Because again, as I mentioned, anyone can take a free kick, they will just shoot the ball towards goal. So I feel that it is a bit harsh on the defending team, because it's not a free kick from open play which they have received, it's from an outside. So it will have a very big impact on uh, both the teams, and definitely, like, if we can see how this rule will be adopted in the future, it will be interesting to see how again coaches will be tweaking their tactics and, understanding the game. Rule number 5: dribbling from corners. What? Seriously? Are you kidding me? Well, this is the most baffling decision or rule proposal which FIFA has made out of the 5 rules, and I feel that the concept of corner kicks should never be violated, because that gives a different element of attack to any attacking team. A lot of these teams are drilled in a certain way to defend corner kicks. It can be either through zonal defending or man marking. But if you give the attacking team the option to dribble and completely, catch the other team off guard, it's again not having a fair play, in my opinion. And I'm sure most of the football fans across the world might agree with the fact that set pieces have become a very crucial element of football matches, and it just gives a different element of surprise to the viewers. So if you take away this element and say that you can dribble and again you can score or take a shot or cross, then it's again not fair on the defending team. And with this, we come to the end of this video. If you think that the proposed 5 new rules will have a positive impact or have a negative impact, kindly put your feedback in the comment section and I will review it later. So until next time, stay safe and take care.